Welcome back in the next video of bio. Student, in the previous video, you have learned about the plant tissues. Today we will discuss about the animal tissue. So basically animal tissues are divided into four type of tissue: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and the nervous tissue. First of all, we will discuss about the epithelial tissue. So what are epithelial tissue? These tissue cover the outer surface of the whole body. So epithelial tissue generally present on the outer surface of the body. They are present in the lines, organ and cavities such as heart, lungs, and even though inside the lining of the blood vessels, that arteries, veins, they are present in the glands such as salivary glands. Salivary glands means the glands inside our mouth which secrete the saliva. And what is the function? The epithelial tissue give protection from the injury and the germs, because if we consider that epithelial tissues are present on the surface of the skin, so they protect the inner uh, part of the body from injury, or protect the different part of the body from injury, and also help the body to protect against the germs. Because if we talk about the upper layer of the body, epithelial tissue, that they stop the entry of the germ inside the body. Then it also help in absorption and secretion. If we talk about absorption, you can consider that when we are applying some oil or moisturizer on our skin, after few hours, a few minutes, you can see it is absorbed by the skin, because epithelial tissue help in the absorption. And secretion also means, if we talk about the skin, it help to secrete the uh, sweat from the body. Or if we talk about the inner lining of the body, it help in the absorption and secretion. So what are epithelial tissue? Epithelial tissues are generally cover the outer surface of the body. They are present in the organ cavities, inner linings of the blood vessels. What is the function? It protects our body from injury and germs, and it also help in absorption and secretion. In this class, beta, you have to just go through the not go in the deep, but we will just go through the topic what is epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissues are of three types, which you will study in higher classes. Next, come to the second type of cell, that is connective tissue. Connective tissue is divided into three parts: connective tissue proper, skeleton tissue and the vascular tissue. So we will discuss them one by one. First is the connective tissue. What are connective tissues? Connective tissue is also known as a supportive tissue. Why? Because they help in support. Also, it has few cells and plenty of intercellular space. Better keep in mind, some terms are new for you. So keep in mind, intercellular means space between the two cells, and this space are filled with the matrix. What is matrix? A liquid or semi-liquid substance. Depending on the function of particular connective tissue, the matrix can be rigid, dense or liquid or jelly-like. Now we will discuss about the function. Why connective tissue is important? It connect and bind the various structures like in bones, tendons, ligament. It provides support and forms the framework of the body. If we talk about the framework, you can see cartilage and bones help to make the framework of the body. Third important function, it provides protection to various parts of the body. Now you will see connective tissue is also known as a supportive tissue. It is divided into three types: connective tissue proper, skeleton tissue and vascular tissue. Now connective tissue is again subdivided into four type of tissues: areolar tissue, adipose tissue, tendons and ligament. So here we will see what are the areolar tissue. Areolar tissues are mesh, means mixture of different types of fiber proteins such as collagen, elastin and fibroblast. Fibroblast are the fiber producing cells, because beta connective tissue, they are made up of the fiber tissues only. They help in connection, or they help to connect the different parts. And in this areolar tissue, these all collagen, elastin, fibroblast are embedded in a jelly-like matrix which form a continuous layer under the skin. So first layer is epithelial layer. If we talk about the skin, inside that we have the pack of that areolar tissue. And areolar tissue give elasticity to the different part of the body or skin. Okay, so what is areolar tissue? It is the mesh of collagen, elastin and fibroblast which is embedded in a jelly-like matrix which form the continuous layer under the skin and pack the spaces between various organs to keep them in place. So that what is the basic function of areolar tissue? It keep the organ in the place. Already I told you beta you should know the structure, function and location. Next is the adipose tissue. Adipose tissues are the tissue which are made up of the fat cell called adipocytes. Keep in mind what is adipocyte. These are the tissue which make the adipose or cells which make the adipose tissue. And these adipose tissues are within the matrix of collagen fiber, and the basic function of adipose tissue to store fat in the vacuoles. Adipose tissue found under skin around the heart, kidney and joints, bone marrow also. Bone marrow means the dense part which is inside the bone. And what is the basic function of adipose tissue? It gives cushion to various parts of the body and protect them from injury and insulate against the cold. Means it helps to keep the body hot during the when outside it is cold. So first one is areolar tissue which help to keep the organs in place. Second one is the adipocytes, which is made up of adipose tissue which are made up of adipocytes, and they are inside the matrix of collagen fibers. And adipose tissue help to keep the or cushioning the various body parts and protect it from injury and insulate them. Third one is the tendons. Tendons are the band of white fibrous connective tissue. All are made up of fibers only. And the basic function of tendon is to join muscles with the bone. So keep in mind, tendons are the tissue which help to connect or join muscles with the bone. These fibers are strong and flexible. Tendons attach muscle to bone, and they are also present in the structures like the eyeball. And what is the basic function of tendons? It helps to movement by transmitting the force of contraction on muscles to the bone, such as in the eyeball. Okay, what are tendons? Tendons are the bands of white fibrous connective tissue, and they have the collagen fibers and very less elastin, and they help to join muscles with the bone. Second, come to the ligaments. Tendons or ligaments are basically same. Ligaments are also band of fibrous connective tissue, but as compared to tendons, they are more elastic. If we differentiate both, you can come to know that tendons are also made up of white fibrous connective tissue. Ligaments are also made up of white fibrous tissue, but tendons are not very elastic. Ligaments are more elastic, and ligament help to join bone to bone. If we see this diagram, you can see these are the tendons which join muscle to the bone. This pinky one is the muscle, and this yellowish is the bone. And here you will see ligaments, they help to join bone to bone. They have different functions also. While tendons help in movement, the main function of ligament is to support and stabilize joints. So tendons help in the movement, but ligament help to support and stabilize joints and prevent movement they may damage. For example, in the bones of the ribs, they limit the movement of the ribs to gentle gliding motion that help in breathing, so that when we breathe in, our ribs expand, but when we breathe out, the ribs again squeeze or contract due to the presence of the ligament which help in the gentle gliding motion. Now come to the second type of connective tissue, that is skeletal tissue. So name itself, it is clear that skeleton tissue help in the or make the framework of the body. There are two types of skeleton tissue, cartilage and bone. Here you can see there are two types of skeleton tissue, cartilage and bone. Cartilage is present in the joints of bones and serve as cushioning between the bones. And when we talk about the bone, this is the hardest connective tissue. So here we'll see cartilage is made up of chondrocytes. Here you can see cartilage is made up of the chondrocytes, and they are few in numbers, but they are scattered here and there in the matrix. They give cushioning between the bones. They are present in nose, ears, trachea, larynx. Means you can say cartilage are the soft bones. Now you can see in the diagram, chondrocytes have wide spaces between them and embedded in a matrix like structure or the jelly like structure, which give elasticity to the tissue, and it is capable of absorbing friction between the bones. And cartilage is hard or film, you can say it is film due to the presence of fibers and hardened protein in the matrix. Now come to the bones. Bone is basically made up of three parts: osteoblast, osteocytes and osteoclast. Osteoblasts are produced from the protein mixture which form the bone matrix. As we know that bone is the hardest connective tissue. So osteoblasts produce a protein mixture which make the bone hard. Okay, that matrix have minerals like bone. Minerals present in the bones are calcium, magnesium, phosphorus. We know that now you have might heard that calcium are good for bones, phosphorus is good for bones, because our bones are made up of these minerals only. When these osteoblasts embedded or trapped in the matrix, they form the osteocyte. Here you can see these are the osteocytes and this is the matrix. Osteocytes are actually the osteoblast or the minerals only which is embedded or trapped in the matrix. Clear? What are osteoblasts? They are the minerals which are make the or embedded in the matrix. When they trapped inside the matrix, they are called the osteocytes. Third type of tissue is the osteoclast. They are present near the outer layer of the bone which help to break down damaged bone tissue. As you can see, if your bone fractured, then the fractured part is removed or replaced by the new bone cells by osteoclast only. And one more important thing, as you know that bones provide support and framework to the body. Despite of that, bones are also capable to produce blood cells. Blood cells are actually produced inside the bone marrow. I already told bone marrow means inside the bone marrow or the dense material is present, that is known as the bone marrow. And if we talk about the children, most of their bones are capable to make blood cells. But when we grown up or the elders, there's this production of cells are restricted to some part only, such as the long bones of limbs or flat bones such as hip bone, breastbone, skulls and ribs. So what we have studied, cartilage, you can see they are the soft bone. They are made up of chondrocytes. They give cushioning between the bones. Okay, and when we come to the bone, bones are made up of osteoblast. They are actually protein mixture, form the bone matrix and made up of minerals like calcium, magnesium, phosphorus. Then osteocytes, when osteoblasts trapped in matrix, they become the osteocytes. And osteoclasts, they are present in the outer layer of the bone. So you have to go through these diagrams also.